Okay, it's moving. Okay, we are here.
I don't like this.
Well, you're so far away from the microphone, you're talking at me and not the mic.
Yeah, isn't that the point?
Well, you got to have it, I think, directly straight on. I'm not 100% sure, but
Crap.
that's the thing is you talk into the mic.
Yeah, well, I'm talking into it. So
That's perfect. That's the way. That's it. Good. Look at you.
this is weird.
It is. It's a podcast. So, hey, how's it going?
Fine.
Yep. What are we doing?
I think we're trying this podcast thing, but I don't know.
So, what do you got going on over there with all that computer clicking? What's that?
I'm just booting it up, getting it ready.
And what do? We tell people what we're doing? We don't know what we're doing, basically.
Don't know what we're doing.
Don't know what we're doing. Well, we're making a podcast. This is new to me and Hayden, so I guess
Yeah.
we got to figure out how to do that.
That's what this podcast is going to be about. We don't have no idea how to do this. We just press the record button this morning. Yeah, we're doing this.
Okay, so what do you got to do to have a podcast? I know you researched some of this stuff.
Well, I didn't research a lot because you said save it for now. But what I got is something like a basics. Or you have to have a name, obviously.
A name. So we have to name the podcast?
You have to name it, yeah.
Okay.
You have to go through an editing process or just something to upload it to a software to where you can, trim the end, make voices line up, and trim the beginning just to, make it smooth. And the final thing, after you've edited it and, it's a file on your computer, is upload places. We got to look, how do people even get these to the general public,
So you haven't figured that part out?
No, that's going to be... I haven't figured most of this out. I have some ideas on them, but no set in stone things.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all this is going to be. This podcast is going to be about, this first episode or whatever. Just,
Episode number 1.
yeah, figuring out...
Figuring out the podcast
Figuring it
situation.
out.
How does it work? Okay, cool. Well,
Would you like to describe the set?
what, our set?
Yeah, like what we're doing right now, this crazy.
Yeah, we're in the basement. And I'm here with my son, Hayden. We're having a discussion about nothing. Just drinking coffee and just kind of, trying to get this going, figuring out what we're going to do here. We've had, of course, everybody probably, if you haven't figured it out, I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about COVID-19, but we're in the apocalypse right now. So what better way to spend our time in the apocalypse but making a podcast, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, school's out.
The school's out. Well, you still got school.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Hey, only 2 more weeks.
And then school's out.
Out, yeah.
Okay, well,
Pool's up.
yeah, right on. Right on. So, yeah, that's the set. We're in the basement. I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. He's got the computer there to figure out some stuff. And
So do you. You're going to be helping me.
what am I supposed to do with this computer?
Open it.
Okay. Open it.
Okay.
Okay. Probably should turn it on, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I should explain that my son is 16 and I'm 50, so there's a bit of a
There's a gap.
little generational thing going on here.
Yeah. I can't call you a boomer, sadly.
No, not a boomer. Nope. I think I'm not even the son of a boomer. I don't know. I'd have to do some math on that. Okay, so let's get this fired up. We're all fired up now. What should I do?
I don't know. Just this will be up to general search, like we said. What do you want to start with? Our name, editing, upload places. The biggest research is going to be upload places.
It looks like I had an update because telling me how much I'm going to love about Windows. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
What do you want to start with? Name, editing, upload places. What do you want to? I've jot down some names if you.
Well, if it's probably got to go on some sort of thing, like what is it, iTunes or whatever.
Yeah,
you
there's
get,
the Apple. There's YouTube.
and you probably have to have a name that no one else has. So first thing we probably
You
should
don't
figure
have
out.
to. I looked that up. It's not recommended, but there can be 2 names.
Yeah, I would go with it's not recommended because you want it to be unique.
Which the way I've been trying with these names that I've just been throwing away or throwing around, just general search. It'll pull up if there is a podcast or not. You just have to type in your name and then podcast.
Come over here and show me what the heck you mean, bud. I don't know.
Just
generally.
go to your web browser,
Okay.
Microsoft Edge,
Okay.
and literally just search in the search bar
Type in a name.
a name and podcast after it, and it'll come up. If that podcast exists, it'll pop up. If it doesn't, it'll pop up with podcasts that are like related to that name. But then you know your name isn't taken.
Oh, that's awesome. That makes things easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what names have you already used? Have you know?
Just Keep Talking does not work. Sadly, there was one created.
Okay.
Not sadly, they're probably a good podcast, but you know,
Right. The name has already been used.
the name has been used.
Okay. Well, then we're kind of messed up. I don't know what to use for a name here. You got some ideas?
All we have to do, that's the first part of the phrase, that Stephen Hawking frame. All
Right.
we have to do is just keep talking.
Just keep
That's
talking.
the lines we were going off on. Just keep talking, but I don't know if there is one named that. All we have to do.
Well, let's see.
I mean, what?
All we have to do. How about we think about what are we doing here?
Talking.
Talking.
That's
So
the
that's
thing.
why just keep talking would have been awesome.
Yeah, because we literally have no topic base.
Yet.
Yeah.
I'm sure at some point we
Well,
will.
episodes will be different. They'll have topics, but we're not strict. We're not doing a strict, sci-fi show. We're not doing a strict.
Exactly. That's the thing. We really
music
don't
show.
have any. We're not going to want to do that either. We're just going to want to have like a multitude of topics, not strictly this or that, but a multitude. What about the multitudes? Type in the multitudes.
The multitudes.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a word.
Well, it's a title, so I guess it really doesn't have to be a word.
It is a word.
It is.
Multitude is a production company.
What about the multitudes?
No, I'm not saying anything. Our podcast, Multitude, our shows, Multitude, not the multitudes, plural. There is no such thing.
Well, write that down. We have a possibility, folks. We are in there.
The multitudes.
Yeah.
Let's just look up the definition of multitude, see if it.
If it fits. There you go. What you got?
A large numbers of people, a large gathering of people.
Crap.
Multitude. Let's try plural, see if anything else comes up. Nah, it just pops up. We'll try Merriam-Webster. That is just the general Google search. Obviously, Merriam-Webster is a little more well known. Let's see. Multitudes in dictionary. The state of being many, a great number. Host, a great number of people. Yeah.
Well,
But you were going for like great many topics.
right. Not people. It's just two of us here. So, okay. Come on. Get creative on me.
Well, I have some names jotted down if you'd like.
Sure. Have you run them through the computer yet?
No, not all of these. This first one I did actually, which there's a podcast name on that, but there's a podcast name but not a podcast title. That's what I'm trying to say. Which was Think Before You Speak, which
Think
I got some
Before You
positive
Speak.
feedback from some people I talked to on that name. I know you were thinking it's a little rough.
It is kind of rough. I mean, I'm in no way in hell do I expect people to give two shits about what I have to say. So, yeah, that is kind of
50. I'm 16. I got a lot of time for people to
Okay.
know what I say.
there's a lot of life left in me. So,
These are just, like I said, random names I wrote down. The Planet of Talking.
The Planet of Talking.
These are all talking based, by the way.
Right, right. Oh, I don't know. Type that in, see if it's in there.
Well, what do you think of the name?
I not like it so much, but we might get
then we
stuck
don't
with
need it.
something we don't like.
You don't need to type it in if you don't like it, because you have the multitudes down here already.
Okay, yep.
So cross that out. Is think before you speak even an option?
I'm not very happy with that. No,
Okay.
that that sounds like somehow we know what the hell we're doing about anything, and I'm not sure that's the case, really.
Yeah. Still, listeners, if you fact check us, we're probably going to be wrong on a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what the computers are for, right?
Yeah.
You check your
We're gonna
facts.
We'll be.
So we might say something and retract it immediately.
Yeah.
That might happen.
How about talking real time?
Sure, type it in, see if it's in there. Talking real. Or how about just real talking? Or no, how about talking real? Kind of got a little thing. Talking real thing going on.
Talking real.
What you got?
Talking real. Omaha Association of Realtors. It's the name of an association of realtors.
Oh boy.
Talking Real on Apple Podcasts. Let's see if that's an episode name or if that's No, it's the Omaha Association of Realtors made an episode called Talking Real,
Okay.
which is kind of their podcast name because that's on their cover art. So it's the subtitle.
Right.
So no, that one's out.
Out.
Fresh Talking Air. Which is kind of weird. I'm playing on weird words here. Just,
I hear you.
if you switch around the ways they go.
I hear you. Fresh talking air. That's too wordy. It's too bleh. Hi, I'm. This is fresh talking air.
Then you probably won't like this next one. A breath of fresh talking.
Oh God, no. Yeah, no. That's cheesy.
Like I said, I just wrote crap down.
Gotcha.
Talking junkie.
I don't type that one in. That's kind of cool. It's got a little millennial thing going on.
Well, you know me. I'm not a millennial. You're not a millennial.
What? I thought you were a millennial.
No, I'm the better generation. Generation
Oh
Z.
Lord. You're Generation Z. I thought
Yeah.
first came Z, then came millennials.
No, I'm a Zoomer with the Z. I don't even know what they're called.
Yeah, you will be called the Zoomer because it'll be your generation that goes to school on Zoom.
Yeah, I wonder what's
Going on, Zoomer.
Yeah, I wonder what Zoom got their name after. They might have done that, A talking junkie, Mr. Show Talking Junkie.
See,
It's a song.
really?
A
Let's hear it.
Talking Junkie, Mr. Show and Bob did. No, wait a sec. It's not. Air date. Let's see.
I do have one friend, best friend in the whole world, man. Like if you mention that joke again, I swear I'll go get high.
David.
All right, kill it.
How many times have I told you?
It's
It's a TV thing. Yeah. Okay.
it's an
So
old TV thing. It's called A Talking Junkie, not just Talking Junkie.
too close to that. So
Pretty close, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know what we could do for editing purpose? I just got an idea. If you use this program called Screenomatic for the videos that we play, you can just put it in, overlay it with our voice bubbles, and it'll sound clear to the audience because it records the sound. And since we're only doing audio, the watermark that usually appears on the video won't even matter. 'Cause
okay.
it's a free program. To have a free program, they'll typically put a watermark on it.
Right.
And say pay to do this, but since it's a podcast, when you hit audio only for exporting, that won't matter.
Well, I don't want to use somebody's stuff where they could come back and say
It's
we
not
owe you
using-
money.
No, it's not. It's not using we're not sponsored by Screenomatic in any way. We're just using their. It's like we're not sponsored by Movie Maker, another editing program that we.
Are you even allowed to say the names of companies?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
YouTubers do it all the time. They're like, here's this. It's a, brand name this, and then they just go, we're not sponsored in any way. You don't,
Okay. I just don't want to
trying
get.
to promote the.
As long as we don't get in trouble and somebody can, hey, guess what, bud? You owe me $1,000 for.
Well, look it up. You look it up. I'm fairly confident on it. Because
Okay.
I've seen it all. I see it.
What
all
would
the
I
time.
put in here? What would I put in?
Can you name brands without a sponsor? Which you
Can
absolutely can. Why couldn't you?
Yep. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Name.
on a podcast.
I'm not the person to be using the computer, just so you know.
Just try.
Really, you should be doing the looking up, and I'll just see what's happening
You
on.
gotta help me.
I am helping. I'll suggest, and you type it. You know, maybe one of these days we can afford a producer. Come down here and type this. Okay, what'd you get?
No, it's showing up with how to choose podcast names. Can you name them?
Here, I'll figure that out. Can you name brands in your podcast? Is that good enough? And
Yeah.
podcast is PODCAST? Or is it 2 words?
PODCAST.
Okay, business name generator. Not cool. That's not what I wanted.
Yeah. No, I've seen it on YouTube videos all the time. Just so you know, we're not sponsored by them in any way, because they'll name a name brand. However, if you do get a sponsor, then you name a name brand and go, hey, this is all this great stuff about it. So yeah, you can name brands.
Okay.
There's nothing against it, as long as you're not, doing anything to unpromote. Well, even if you unpromote it, like if you say this company's trash, they can't do anything about it. It's freedom of, speech.
Okay. Well, I will only trash trashy companies.
Okay. Yeah. So when I mention a program that we might use, like in our editing section that we'll hopefully get to later, it's fine.
Okay.
How about more names? I got another one.
Yeah.
Do you have any?
Nothing's really flying in yet.
100% talking.
Ooh. That's simple enough. See what's in there. See what you get. Well, it says here that podcasts are quick and easy to create and publish.
Yeah, if you pay money.
Well,
There doesn't seem to be 100% talking.
oh, then write it down.
There's 100 Talk, 100 Thieves podcast. That's a name. 100 Great Podcasts, 100% Wild Podcast. Not 100% talking. So that could be a
If you like it, write it down.
possibility, right?
Yep.
It is written down.
Very good.
Not your normal talking.
Well, it is normal talking.
Yeah. Talking time.
Oh, I just had too bad this one's already used.
What?
Coffee Talk. That's an old Saturday Night
I
Live
know
skit.
yeah.
You know that? How do you know
Saturday
that?
Night Live's the best.
How do you know?
My generation is like the new.
They don't care about Saturday
Oh,
Night
hell yeah,
Live.
they do.
Oh, no,
Yes,
they don't.
We watch it in class all the time. Are you kidding me?
I
Free
don't
time,
think you're
we
supposed to be
watch
telling me that.
Saturday
I
Night-
like how you throw in the caveat of free time because you just got
No,
busted.
I know. Do you know what our college teachers, even the professors that we're going to, Mr. Mulder, he plays Saturday Night Live skits in a break all the time.
So if we
Great.
took Coffee Talk, is that perjury?
Probably.
Oh, crap.
Because they wrote a skit about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome. What about Tea Talk?
Tea Talk.
Not
that's some British podcast probably has that.
Yeah, it doesn't even have the same ring as Coffee Talk.
No, because we're not British. We're American. Do we drink tea on a normal basis?
Yeah, not really.
Oh yeah, Tea Talk.
Is it? Yeah, of
Tea
course it
Talks
is.
podcast. There's so many Tea Talk podcasts. Tea Talk with Mary, Emma's Tea Talk, Tea Talks, Talking Tea, Urban Tea Talk.
Okay,
Tea Talk with Tony.
got it. That's
There's
the point.
Literally, list 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. There's 16 that come up immediately.
Wow. So yeah, that's too bad.
What'd you think about Talking Time? I don't even know if that.
That's probably in there. It's a little cheesy,
Yeah, it is.
I suppose. How about you sit back, relax, pop the cap off a cold one, and listen to this podcast? Is that not too much?
That would be like an intro. Like you'd have your podcast name.
No, I was just messing around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you'd be
so-
like, to intro this podcast.
well, that's what I did. I threw the voice on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a.
Teacher Talking Time. It's
Yeah.
an English podcast.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Throw out talking time. It's not working. This is a pain. I can't believe.
Come on,
that-
you've got a pad in front of you. You start writing down brain.
Right, but you can't have dead air, man. Remember.
I know you can. You've been pretty good about that so far, I think.
Yeah, but if we start, I'm gonna shut up and write down some thoughts.
Well, I'll just talk during that. What about talking transfer?
What's that mean?
Transfer your talk. I don't know. I just wrote down random crap. Like I said.
Oh, hold on. I think you might have something with the word transfer. Like, how about because you transfer thoughts into conversation?
It's the whole idea of transferring your stuff through the computer to the person viewing. You know, like
What
we're
about-
talking dead air here, but it's being recorded, and all of a sudden that person on their computer can click, and all of a sudden all their ideas are transferred into their brain, whether they agree with them or not.
How about conversation transfer?
Conversation transfer. Let me look.
That's rad. That's rad. That's kind of like nerdy. I like it. Conversation transfer.
Hey, I'm a nerd. That's great.
No,
Are you making fun of me?
no.
Okay.
But I'm sure I will at some
Transfer
point.
Talk on Apple Podcasts. That's Transfer Talk is one. Transfer Talk. Transfer Talk is what it's coming up. as.
Conversation transfer.
I'm not seeing any comments.
Write that down, baby. We're getting some. We're cooking with gas.
And we can always add these names together, throw on words.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Conversation's got that metaphysical thing going on. Although I'm not metaphysical, it's just kind of
Yeah.
it's the conversation transfer
Did you
show.
write any things on your pad?
I just blank.
Well, I got nothing left.
Okay, so no, you're out.
I'm out.
Oh Jesus!
I went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in next week when we we decide on something.
What time are we at?
I don't know.
We're only at 22 minutes.
Okay, and counting. So, gosh, conversation transfer, and that's not in there.
Nope. 100% talking and the multitudes.
That's what we have.
Can we combine those names in any way?
Okay, lose 100% talking.
Okay.
That's
That's the worst.
that's not you and me, man. Come on.
No. We're gonna have music. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you can play music. I
Oh,
think
you can.
Only original
look
stuff.
That up. That's what that should be part of our thing.
yeah.
But under editing intro music, we can create music.
That's better. We should make our
But
own.
like I'm saying, if we ever talk about music, like the greatest band that touched the stage.
Right. That's Rush,
Yeah,
by the
you
way.
didn't have to reveal that yet.
Oh, okay. We'll keep it a
Nice job.
secret. This
We'll
is
just put a bleep over that part.
right. No, because we don't want to edit. This is recorded live.
Yeah, this
is all free
This is
form.
recorded live in quotations.
Well, that's what it means.
Just
It
like
means
Saturday Night Live is live right now in quotations.
recorded live means that it goes from the start to the finish without edit.
Well, I'm gonna trim the beginning and top because I have to overlay them.
What does that mean?
I have to with the videos we play too. I gotta put those
Video?
in
No,
there.
there's gonna be no videos.
If
It's
we
all
play video,
audio.
Yes,
Why would we play video?
because it's for topics that we talk about. Not this one, obviously. Topics that we talk about later.
Right.
If you're gonna do a song about the band you just revealed to everyone, you're going to play a snippet of that song. You have to edit that in.
Okay. Well, that's got to take research, bud. Because, like I
Well,
say, there's
I have research.
ASCAP or whoever it is.
Well, yeah.
You
So
can't.
that's what I'm just saying. That should be in our editing section.
Okay.
Research.
Yep. Very good. So.
But for names we have the multitudes or conversation transfer. Can we combine those in any way?
Not without getting too wordy.
3 words isn't bad. I don't think you're talking about wording. I think you're thinking about syllable wise.
Yeah. Too much. Bleh, 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 bleh.
Transfer.
Yeah. Conversation transfer. It's kind of cool.
I like that one. We'll have to see what feedback gets.
Yeah.
Circle it. Do you want to move on?
Sure. What's next?
Editing.
Editing.
Programs we're using. So we kind of touched on this.
Just, yeah, explain again, please.
Explain? Well, I'll start from the beginning. How's that sound? On here, it looks like I have a few programs that would work. We'll see for normal, just editing. If you do Movie Maker's an amazing program. I'm sorry for all those that use professional editing skills and have paid money for it. Movie Maker is the best program I've ever touched.
It's simple.
It's just simple.
It's free.
It's simple.
It works.
It's
Come
simple.
on,
You
people.
don't- I mean, if you want to do very nitpicky stuff, obviously buy that subscription program. But Movie Maker, simple,
Okay.
easily to get things done.
Yep.
You just trim in, especially for ours if you want to do it live. Trim, you're done.
I like it.
Yeah. And all you have to do for that is add a black, screen at the top, because you have to have video attached to your audio. So
Now,
just
was
like
that
a
going to
black-
mess up people downloading?
No, because then when you export it, you just click audio only.
Okay.
So it just records the audio.
Okay.
And then what I was also talking about for, like, if we do play videos or snippets of songs, Screencast-O-Matic will record your screen, and it doesn't matter on a podcast because it also records the sound. You just would overlay that in Movie Maker to where we talked about it and played it, and when you save the audio, the video doesn't even show up anyway, the screen recording part.
Okay,
You just
well,
hear the audio.
Let me throw here. So when I got Radiolab or the Moth podcast on my iPod and I'm listening to it, it's audio only,
Yes.
but there is like their little logo
Yes.
is there.
Yeah.
So something has to be there other than a black screen. We're gonna have to have a
So
logo of some
you
kind.
can. Here's the part. The second part. That would be the first part of editing. You just record the sound. You export
The show.
the sound.
You record the show.
That's it. That's all. You get all the nitty gritty stuff. Put it together. Press save. Once it saves, then you have the options of your logo, which we totally want a logo. But that goes into the upload places because different platforms use MP4 for video or MP3, which is just the sound. So it depends on the different places that we would upload the podcast to.
Wouldn't we? Let's just put it where Radiolab is. I think that's
Well,
on
they're multiple
iTunes or
places.
something. Or do they charge you to stick your thing on the thing?
That's going to be part of our segment. I'm just talking about editing right now. If you want to transfer into that, we can.
Oh, well,
I had
editing.
a little more on editing before.
Go ahead, spit it out, brother.
So just that part on Movie Maker, that would be the first part.
Okay.
And then if you wanted to add the logo, you just run it through again. I have Wondershare Filmora, which is good for video if you want to do that. And but that would be putting your logo on.
Oh,
That would be putting your logo on.
okay.
Yeah, he gave me the thumbs down. The video.
I don't want
we
video.
don't want video. Are you kidding me?
Look,
That's ugly as shit.
exactly. Come on. Exactly. Hello.
But for the logo, that would be if you wanted to put the logo, which would be the software YouTube.
Right.
But anyway, and then I've been screwing around with like a webcam type thing if we ever did go to the video, which would be way in the future.
She'd be never in the future.
Never in the future. Anyway.
Remember,
But yeah.
old guy, just gonna get uglier. You might lose your zits, but I'll gain more wrinkles. So
Yeah.
and lose
But
more hair.
That's what I got for editing. But the music-wise, like intro music, like you always want to have an intro.
Right.
I've been messing around with this program.
Yeah. You said we could create our own.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. That's what this is. Soundtrap.
Yep.
And what this program does is I'm using the free version. So you can kind of play on your keyboard the different instruments and record it and then overlay them. And you can also get like different riffs, like a guitar riff from the public that's just a loop and it loops over and over. And just, layer them in your different segments.
Well, we could take you to piano.
Yeah, you can plug
And
in
we
your
could-
keyboard.
Oh,
and-
cool. Then
and
we can
play.
piano, and I can get the guitar out. Boom,
Yeah.
bada bing.
Yeah.
We're in there.
You're again, my sax,
Yep.
We're
The
kind of
girls, they
musical
could
here.
get involved.
Yeah.
Get the clarinet and the trumpet.
Yeah, we're pretty musical.
Maybe
here.
put a mute on
you
the
can
trumpet?
create it. You can. There's also on the Soundtrap program. If you want to pull it up, on your computer, you can. Just type in Soundtrap.
Okay, type in Soundtrap. Hold on, the coffee's in the way. So it's
'Cause I'd like to show you. And I'll have to come over there and log in for you
Why?
because you have to log in. You have to
Oh
log in.
yeah, look at this. Soundtrap. Make music online. Is they gonna charge you for this?
Well, here's the catch. The online part is the free part. You only have certain instruments and loops that are available. If you buy the extra, you get all of it.
Why do we need this? Why don't we just, like I say, plug
Well,
the...
that's because this program makes it so you can overlay our different stuff.
Okay.
Way easier. It's,
Oh, so like a mixing board.
it's like a mixing board.
Right.
Yes. And the cool part about it, I'm over here on your mic because, I got to sign in. But the cool part about it is that you can overlay that stuff and you can record your own. You don't just have to use their sounds. And the free part does allow you to have those sounds. Let me just sign in. Are you fixing my mic over there?
Just seems like you're talking off to the side.
Well, yeah, it's sound. It travels in waves. It shouldn't be fine. It should be
You'll
fine.
see.
I guess we will see. What's my password again? Oh, yeah. So, now you can see on the studio, and you're going to see a page, you're going to see Hayden L1 or something.
Yeah, it says
top.
try 1 month free trial.
Yeah, that's if you buy the extension
Okay.
with all the sounds. But if you scroll down a little and you see Enter Studio, it's like a purple or blue button. I don't know. I'm colorblind. Glasses have come out.
Oh, shit up. Okay, so scroll down to where? My projects, two
Enter
projects.
Studio. Do you see the Enter Studio? It's like,
Create new folder. Where am I supposed? Yeah, Enter Studio in purple.
yeah. Go ahead and click on that.
Okay, I'm in.
So now you're going to see music or podcast.
Actually, I see collaborate. Okay, music or podcast. Yep.
Yep. So we'd obviously be doing music.
Okay.
If you want to overlay music onto your podcast,
You
just
Movie
upload
Maker
the
will do
file.
that if the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, patterns, Beat Maker.
Anyway, yeah. So just say later.
Later, okay.
And now you see it's a mix board. Off to the left, you'll see add new track.
I see add new track.
And
Yep.
if you click that, you have a list of different instruments.
Yep.
Kind of. So just do like guitar and bass. Click
Okay.
on guitar and bass.
Yep. Getty and Lifeson.
Yep. But you see that you've pulled up like a keyboard.
Yeah, I sure
That's
have.
only one rock instrument. It's kind of an electric rock instrument. Do you see where it says mountaintop lead rock, kind of up towards the top, right next to the volume, pan, and reverb? There's instrument, piano roll.
Right on. Okay, yeah. So, see, got squirrel.
Yeah, you got it. It's a cool program.
Yeah.
But you see the rock thing? It's a little box.
Yeah, I see rock, mountaintop,
Go
low.
ahead and click on that.
Yeah.
Now this pulls up all your different instruments. So you got pop, jazz, guitar,
acoustic
chords,
guitar. Let's see what
bass,
happens with this.
synth. So yeah, if you go to acoustic, just do the normal.
It's not playing like it did a second ago. Oh, is it loading? It looks like there's a bar going across there. What did we do? It's loading, I think. Let's see if anything happens now. Oh, there we go.
If you go, did you go to the acoustic part?
Yep.
See, it's got. So you just got your different instruments. You got keyboards, synths.
So what are we
strings,
using? What are we going to use this for then?
What you'd use this for is, see, you got these instruments, but you can also, if you click on an instrument and say upload, you can, if it's a guitar or piano, connect it in through a cord and play it, and it'll record it. Or if it's, a woodwind, we just have to put up the recorder like this one right here, and record it and then upload it to this program. I'm going to show you what this is a very bad example because I just messed with this for, an hour or so. But I'm going to show you what I did. And before going into this, you got to understand, I'm trying to get different sounds of all this stuff in because I'm just playing with it. So I'm going to enter the studio, and this is like a test that I made.
All right.
This is how you do something to make intro music.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the podcast. We are broadcasting live from our nation's butthole, Weld County, Colorado. Dig it. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so I just...
And that's all, what's the word I'm looking for? You made that. You made that. That's not...
If you can see it, if you click Exit Studio in the top right-hand corner,
Yep.
Then say yes.
Yep.
And then you scroll down to where my projects are.
Uh-huh.
If you click on Test, the studio
Oh,
part, the studio next to Test,
Yep.
go ahead and click on that. You'll see exactly what I did, the different parts I've loaded. And you see all the different colors.
Yep.
Each
Yeah.
color.
Each color is a different instrument or
And
a
you'll see
different
the
part.
instruments off to the left, like the clean
Yep.
jazz is bass, drums, swish, stuff like
Wow, that is a rockin' little program.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely could make use of this, for sure.
Yeah. And like I said, do you see the ones that like... Yeah.
See, I figured it out, good folks. I'm not such a boomer after all.
So,
Nice, very nice. Okay.
but yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. So we could just record and put into that, and you can put in your title and everything. We're looking at 37 minutes.
Don't need to watch the clock, bud.
I know, but
Okay.
just saying. There we go. We're on track. Could I have my pen? I left it over there.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yep.
So far we've got our name, conversation transfer.
We don't have a name.
That's-
Have we decided on the name?
We've said that's our best option as of right now.
Okay.
So we're going to get that, some feedback on that name
Feedback.
later.
Okay.
After the podcast.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. And then we've gone over editing, some, music options, some how to implement videos, and programs we'll probably be using to edit this all together. Which it'll be very minimal editing. Like you said, it's freestyle.
Yeah, the actual podcast can't be edited. If I cut a fart, then the fart's in the podcast.
Yeah. So, hardest part that we should move on to, upload places, because I have little information on this.
Okay. What should we type in? I had something open here. Where should you be podcasting? No, that's... Well, what if you go to, like...
If you go to
iTunes and see if there's a place in iTunes.
If you go ahead and go to the Joe Rogan podcast.
Joe Rogan podcast.
This is just one example of what people do, and I really like what he does. Obviously, he records himself.
Right.
Like video-wise, because he's gotten that famous, that popular. And
Joe Rogan, the actor?
yes.
Okay.
And his podcast is amazing. On each podcast, he posts a video, which is a video that uploads to YouTube.
This is Joe Rogan Experience?
Yes.
Okay.
And he also posts the audio on his website. So, like, for listeners, you just click audio.
Right.
But the important part that I'd like to point out here is it's kind of going out to two different places. Your YouTube video, where half of the population, a lot of the population, accesses every day, which you wouldn't have to put video, you just have to put logo, because it's an MP4 file, just the picture of our logo would be there.
Okay, so
and
that's...
sound.
Right.
But there's also the audio part of it, where there's just the audio at the bottom that goes out to Apple Podcasts.
Okay, yeah.
Which is where, people like you download and then just listen while they're driving.
Exactly.
So
go to Apple
yeah, that's...
and
I know
find
how to
out
do
how to
YouTube.
upload a podcast.
Yeah, I know how to do YouTube. That one's easy. You just create an account through email, name it your podcast, put your logo on, and upload videos.
Don't want to do YouTube though.
You don't, but
Don't
the thing
wanna
is,
do
you wouldn't
YouTube.
have to do video. I like YouTube because YouTube is another place where people are browsing a lot.
It seems like people are basically looking at stuff and then saying how much it sucks and being general dicks on YouTube. So, I mean, maybe they do that on iTunes too. I don't, so I don't know. I mean, I listen to the Radio Lab. It's great. I don't ever tell anybody it's great. They should know they're great, whatever.
Well, yeah, that's.
I mean, they get people. The thing is they know. Here's the thing. I know they know when I'm listening because I'm subscribed.
yeah.
So it's like they know. They
That's-
have. There's a way to count listeners, like in the old days.
That's like YouTube. YouTube counts them
Right.
too.
Exactly. So
And you don't have to pay attention to what people call the haters on YouTube.
no, I know all about the haters. Trust me. I hate the haters.
So I'm just doing general search right now how to create an Apple podcast. Record your podcast, complete your podcast details. So
Where are
another
you?
thing I forgot to.
Where are you? iTunes?
No, I'm just general search.
Oh, okay.
General search. I forgot to add for the editing part that program that I was showing you
Yep.
for their podcast.
Yep.
It'll actually automatically transcribe your podcast too.
So what? Put it into words?
Yes,
Which program was that?
that was the Soundtrap one where we were making music.
Okay.
It's not perfect, obviously, because it's like any voice thing today. It just hears your voice and transcribes that.
Okay.
But it is an automatic transcribe, and if you're not too nitpicky about it,
Right.
you can post that in the description in Apple Podcasts or wherever you upload it.
Okay. Let's
So yeah, that's what I'm just looking at right now.
and what you pulling up?
Hosting platform. Choose a hosting platform. Download and create an iTunes account. Submit your podcast to Podcast Connect and wait for approval. So they actually have to approve it. It looks like.
Okay.
Our podcasts on Apple free.
They probably want to make sure we're not haters.
Well, while you can download a podcast from its website, there are several apps available for both iOS and Android that allow you to download episodes automatically and sort them much more easily. Sometimes dubbed podcatchers, these apps are available on various systems and are generally cheap or even free. So it looks like you download stuff for free.
Yeah, when it comes right off of iTunes, I think.
iTunes. Let's see. Podcast support, iTunes Connect, Apple. Let's see what this has to say. This is the actual iTunes Connect from Apple. Getting started. View Apple Podcast requirements. Review best practices. Create a podcast. Test your podcast. Submit your podcast. Learn about podcasts and submission statutes. And measure your performance. Are there 7 options?
Say what?
So they have 7 options on getting started. This is just the Apple website again, podcast
Yep.
section. It says number 1, view Apple Podcast requirements. which
Go
we
there.
should Look.
Yep.
We'll just start with number 1.
Number 1.
Open link in new tab. Here we go. Requirements. Before you submit a show to Apple Podcasts, be sure to review the following requirements.
Great.
System and account
We
requirements.
probably should have read that before we started.
Well, this is part where are we uploading it. You said Apple. I'm
Yeah.
just looking at the requirements.
Okay.
Modern browser, we have that.
Okay.
Apple ID is activated on iTunes store. We have that. I have an Apple ID. You do. We just have to choose. If we
Well,
wanna make
I
a
want
new
to.
one.
I don't want it connected to our personal
so
stuff.
we
So we'll
have
have
to
to
make a
create
new-
an Apple ID with the
So
podcast.
there's create an Apple ID.
Write that down, quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I got something on my pad. I'm going to write that down. Create Apple ID with podcast name.
Okay, you'll be in charge of that. So feed requirements. It needs RSS 2.0 specifications. We have that. It's just basically if you have an updated web browser. Which we
Okay.
do. These are fairly new computers. All episodes, XML, and artwork are hosted on publicly addressable servers. So I don't know exactly what that means.
Oh, hey, Tech Bud has been
But-
caught not knowing something.
But this is what I do know. Apple should handle that for you. If you upload it to their public hosted server, it should be a public hosted server.
Okay, should I write that down just in case? What was
Public
that?
yeah.
What's it say?
All episodes can just hosted publicly addressable servers.
Oh, yeah, okay. Probably.
All episodes contain a globally unique identifier, so that Apple will create for you. They should anyway when we create our podcast.
Well, that's two things now that you said Apple should do. How do we know for sure they're going to do it?
Well, we can't create a domain without paying $50 a month. That's basically saying you have a unique URL. When you click on a link, the URL that pulls up at the top. That's all saying that you have a unique one, and it's not interfering with anything else.
Oh, that's kind of like the title, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
They usually put your title in the URL and then go search 546. It's a number.
Okay.
Typically. And then artwork requirements. The size is going to be 14 by 1400 pixels, with a maximum of 33,000 by 3,000 pixels. So just make it within that, and that doesn't really matter because whatever artwork we do create, when we upload it, you can automatically adjust it to fit inside that.
Okay.
Just pixels, we can do pixel convert to inches, and put in inches in a box, a perfect little square.
So whatever picture
the
you put in there, you can manipulate to
You
1400
can.
by 1400?
Yes, just
okay.
you got to make sure it's a perfect square because
Right.
both of those are perfect squares.
Okay. No circles.
Resolution has to be 72 DPI. That's fine.
Okay.
Cloud tape, JPEG, or PNG. That's normal image.
very
Which
good.
the printer scans.
Okay.
So you're fine. Color space: red, green, blue,
Right.
which is normal.
And those are primaries,
Artwork
right?
must be
I know
original
some stuff.
and can't contain any of this follow: blurry, misaligned, mismatched, or pixelated images.
Wait a minute. Say that again. It cannot
It
contain...
cannot contain this.
So the
It
artwork
can't
has
be
to be...
blurry, misaligned, mismatched, or pixelated. So it can't be blurry.
Okay.
It can't have explicit language.
Right?
It's a place. It can't be a placeholder image. Basically, you can't get it off the internet.
Gotcha.
Apple Inc., Apple Podcasts, or iTunes Store logos. It can't be a logo.
Okay.
The terms Apple Inc., it can't have any of the Apple terms in it. Like, can't say Apple Podcasts. You can't put Apple in your logo.
Gotcha. Are we
visual-
allowed to say Apple right now?
Yes.
We're okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Visual representation of Apple hardware. So don't take a picture of your iPhone and put it on there. You'd have to draw a phone that looks like an iPhone, but it's got to be a little different.
With no little Apple.
Yeah, like when you buy something for your iPhone, do you ever notice the phones don't actually look like your iPhone?
No, I never noticed.
Because they don't want you copying their design.
Gotcha.
And references to illegal drugs, profanity, or violence.
Sounds reasonable.
So it's all, reasonable. And content requirements, let's look at that. Must be original, can't contain any of the following. Sex, violence, gore, illegal drugs, or hate themes.
Good?
We're not, we're not on that. Racist, misogynist, or homophobic.
Nope.
Yep. Explicit language.
Oh, boy. What do they consider explicit
Well,
language?
here's the thing I've heard. So, for example, no F words and, no shit words.
Huh.
Well,
Okay.
we can.
You just said it.
Oh wait, but you can. It automatically censors certain explicit words,
Okay.
so we're fine. Because Joe Rogan, you can say it. They're not going to really get on your case unless you're saying it all the time.
Okay.
There's certain space requirements I've seen like that before, where it's like you can't have too many bleeps, you can't have too many of the real words. Just basically don't be saying it all the time.
Right.
Irrelevant or nondescriptive spam or content, don't spam them.
Right.
Password protection. References to illegal drugs, don't do that.
What's-
Profanity or violence.
What's password protection?
Basically, make sure everybody doesn't have your password. It's secure.
Okay.
Make it secure.
Yep.
Third-party content.
Good Lord. How many of them
Trademarks.
are there?
Well,
Are
basically,
you reading the terms and conditions? My God.
well, these are actually really short. I was figuring it'd be a page.
Okay.
Don't have third-party content, so don't have logos again.
See, we can't play
No.
music from other people or anything.
Without legal authorization.
Yeah, see? So that's it. We're done. No music. Unless it's our own.
Unless it's our own, or unless you copyright it. Or unless
They've
you
already
get the
copied.
copyright.
Well, unless you pay them for permission or whatever you got to do. Anyways, well beyond the realm of this little
Yes.
show.
The terms Apple Inc., Apple Podcasts, Apple Music, so don't use Apple again.
Right?
So, yeah, those are the requirements. The second thing they have on here is review best practices. We kind of are doing our own thing, so we don't really need to.
I think best practices is a legal document.
No. Best practices are keep the following in mind. Pay attention to the title, author, description tags. Basically, make sure it's neat and professional as this.
I don't want to get sued.
Yes. Just create artwork. It's all the stuff that we kind of went over. Description, artwork, transcription, those things.
Okay.
Create a podcast. This is the third thing. Let's see how you do that.
Well, we started with number 3.
Create an episode.
Yep.
For example, this is what we're doing, audio recording, video recording, or text document. We're doing an audio, so we're going to be using MP3, which I think this automatically records into. If it doesn't, I can convert it to MP3 pretty easily.
Okay.
Create an artwork, post RSS feed, and your episode online. So, let's see. There are many applications and online services available to assist you in the creation and hosting, text editor, IXML, document creator, GarageBand for audio production. We're using Soundtrap.
Yeah.
It's just another one that's free. iMovie or Final Cut for video production. Don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Variety of audio and video production program tools, PC, which is what we're using.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah. It's all just, make it perfect. Before you can use podcast connections to validate, submit, and manage your podcast, you must create a podcast. Create an episode. Now, it has a link to episodes. I'm going to click on that and see what it does. Oh, it just pulls up the definition.
Okay.
And then there's submit a podcast, about submission status. Do you want any of that?
I don't think. I think we can get into that after we close out the audio portion of this program and then just upload it and.
Well, let's then make your final plan. Are we doing a website? Are you having a public domain to where those links go to Apple or YouTube?
I thought it said we had to have that.
You do have to have a domain, but yes, you kind of.
Well, we need to be able to get the feedback. I think, like an email address.
Email, yeah, that'd be on your website.
Okay. I don't. Don't websites cost money?
Well, that's where I'm unclear on. I think you can create a website anytime for free. But to publicly host a domain does cost money. I just don't know if they show up to the domain if you create something without publicly hosting it.
No, I think what we'll just do is create an email account, announce it on the podcast. Hey, this is our email. If you want to contact us, get a hold of us.
We don't have yet.
Yeah, right. We'll get that by the next episode. And we'll just do that, and then that way we can get feedback through an email. And, you write your email, and we'll read your email.
Apple Podcasts also does comments, which is the easier way to get feedback because they're not,
Well, like I said, it's going to be pull up a comment section, and I'll be all like, "You're a butthead, you suck, you can't do a podcast." Yeah, that's mostly what that crap is. But
yeah.
Okay.
Which we're not even using professional microphones or anything like that.
No, this is good. This should work. I mean, we'll listen and see if it, we'll adjust as we go. I mean, come on, we're baby steps here. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing.
Just referenced the movie. Nice job.
Oh, is that illegal?
No, I'm just being funny.
Okay, yeah. Well,
It shouldn't be.
was a great movie. What about Bob?
Yeah, what about?
All right. So what's next there?
Well, that's really what I had. Other than looking at options for creating a website, we've got a couple minutes if you'd like to look into that.
Okay. Go ahead and look into it. What do we got to do?
Well, I know some programs off the top of my mind. There's Google Sites. However, I don't know if those publicly domain. There's Wix, which is a website creator, but you have to pay to publicly domain, or you have the free version, but I don't know if it goes up there. There's just a question, basically, of does it, upload to the internet? Is it available for the public to use?
Right.
And then there's Squarespace that I also know.
Yeah, I've heard that advertised. That all sounds like it's costing money.
Well, I've tried, like, if you go to Wix.com or something, try one of them, and you get started on creating a website, which I've done before. I've messed around with this. The Wix, the website builder. What do you want to create your website for? Myself, a company, my client, a startup, someone else?
It would be myself, I guess.
Self, yeah, because we're just... Have you created a website before? This is my first time. What kind of website do you need? We'll say podcast. It has podcast.
Okay, good.
Results, and then it comes up with a bunch of templates that you can use, which I don't know if you want to come look at any of these right now, but should I just click on a random one?
Why not?
And then let's say edit this site. Edit. Okay. So now we can edit this. And it's loading. Maybe. Okay, here we go. Welcome to Wix. It's easy to create your own stunning website. Start now. So these you see the dash lines. They are for just placing stuff. So you can see this is kind of like a podcast template. Buy album. We wouldn't have anything for buying, but there's a play button. You upload your MP3. Now I want to see if we hit publish. Get a free Wix.com domain. Save and continue.
Oh.
Let's see if it publishes some random. Your site was saved. When you publish, the following will be your domain. HTMS Hayden L something website blah blah blah. Done. So I can edit this domain / my site. And I wonder if I say done, if I can search up this, obviously crappy place. Congratulations, your site is published and is live online. View my site. So I wonder if, I copy this link right here, if it'll go, and I go to a normal web browser, paste this link, it pulls up my site. So
you just created a website.
I just created a website. Obviously, I'll delete this website because it's just a template, and it's nothing. But yeah, you can create a website.
Well, that's kind of fun.
We just link that to Apple or YouTube or wherever we upload this.
Okay.
Including, just upload the MP3 and you just... now, how do you delete a site? Because I don't know how to do that. We'll see. But we'll have to mess around with this. So I think that's really all I have down for today.
That's that, huh?
We did our name. We came up with like a name that we think would be good.
Conversation meditation, what was it called?
Conversation transfer.
Conversation transfer.
We could do multitudes of conversation or something like that. We can always combine it.
Right. Now, can we change it? What if we come up with something and we don't like it?
Well, obviously, like this podcast episode won't be posted till we have a website. We have a name. We've done a few other podcasts because you want to, get a month ahead. Blah,
Oh,
blah, blah.
really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to have several recorded before you even start it.
Okay.
Because then you're ahead and we're going on vacation this weekend. You can, have the leisure to do that.
Yep.
You're not. And you could always do it at vacation if you bring the right recordings and stuff,
Well, the phones, it seems like, is all we
it
need.
wouldn't have any online base. Like, we couldn't just search things up, but, if you're not at a place where you can search.
No, but if we're somewhere, if we're up there in the mountains and it's Saturday at 10 o'clock, it's podcast time.
Yeah.
Boom, whip out the phone, start
That's it,
talking
yeah.
about, the animals and the plants and, that sort of thing.
Yep.
So, cool.
If we get to go camping this season, with all this crazy stuff going on.
Well, I know. That's the thing is Wyoming's closed, and that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we'll get to. Otherwise, we'll just, I guess, enjoy the fire pit in the backyard.
Yeah. So do you want to wrap it up?
Sure.
Yeah.
How do we wrap it up?
Well, what should we? We should set up a standard intro and a standard outro.
An intro and an outro. What do you mean, like a?
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is bullshit.
You're a geek.
I messed up. But you know what I mean.
Okay.
Like something, a script. This would be scripted. Obviously, your intro and outro. Just something that
You mean like a
would say-
tag, like the. Who would those old shows they used to have a guy would show up and he'd say something. I can't think of one right now, but I think I know what you're saying. Have a safe week,
Yeah.
something like that.
Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Join us next time on.
Well, I don't know. We should. Maybe that's too cheesy.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be cheesy.
It
Unless
is?
you want to create something totally, original.
Well, that's what I'd like. Just how about? Well, thanks for listening. Catch you next week. I don't know.
Bye.
How about just bye? Yeah, that's good. I like
See
bye.
ya.
See ya. Or, yeah, peace out. No, that's dude. Stupid. Peace out. I don't know. Okay, until next time.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
See you later. See, we can't even say
Bye.
goodbye. This is ridiculous. All right. That's it.